It is. You don't know what time you can travel to.
Hello, friends. Welcome back
Yeah.
to Sunday Shenanigans with me, your host, Trevor Stewart 1308, and we're here with the Peanut Gallery and Cat for some Sunday Shenanigans. We're gonna play along with NPR's Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, buttons.
Today's pre-rolls brought to you by The Hidden Leaf downtown Charlottesville. But before I go getting started with that, I forgot I ran into the Kush Gang yesterday and was given this brownie to try. It is a walnut brownie.
So that's what managed to weight it down and stop it from floating away.
This
Uh-huh.
time, yes. So, from the Kush Gang. Very good. It's still very light and fluffy. I do like it when there are nuts in my brownies. It's still nice and light and fluffy. The walnuts give it a good texture, a nice little bit of crunch and a little bit of heft. And definitely very good. Kush Gang, you've done it again. You've made a delicious brownie. Cat just typed in the chat lockpick, 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 lockpick in the hope that it'll show up.
I only did 3 times. I mean, that's how you summon most
Unfortunately,
entities.
as we got started so late, I forgot to send out invites to everybody to and word that the show's starting, so
I mean, yes, but we're summoning an entity, so that's his call to
he
show
may
up.
not know.
He's lockpicked. I do not believe this.
That is a good brownie. The Kush Gang really makes some amazing, amazing baked goods, as well as really good gummies, and their drip is also really good. All of their products are highly effective. And quite delicious. And they are available at the Frosty Fridays sales event at The Hidden Leaf, downtown Charlottesville, Virginia. 105 West Main Street, Suite 200, above the bricks between the Green Cauldron and Hamilton's. A great place to go to get some great buds, bud. Great place to go with some great buds to get some great buds, eh, bud? And the only thing better than their bud is their customer service. And they do have the lowest prices in town, according to my own highly biased research. By which I mean I was incredibly high when I did my biased research. The website is thehiddenleafseville.com. That's thehiddenleafseville.com. All one word. And they are where you can find Kush Gang baked products and their pre-rolls. One of the great, one of the most beloved products that the Kush Gang has is their fresh lemonade. I personally, when I go to Frosty Fridays, one of the first things I do is go to Kush Gang and get a lemonade. Because, well, it's delicious and it pretends to quench your thirst. It does, however, also cause dry mouth.
Sorry, I'm waiting for the next frog to speak up, that's all.
You're waiting for the next what?
The next frog to speak up.
What about frogs? I couldn't hear you.
Look at the chat.
Ha!
Oh, you said that word so many times, I couldn't help it.
I know.
Bud.
Wise. Bud. She's not going to join us, is she?
He's going to sit and laugh at this one.
I think it's quite hilarious that, you don't drink. You never drank. I never drank Budweiser if I could help it. And I don't drink now. And we find the Budweiser frogs funny still.
Because that was a marketing campaign that was really well done.
Really well done.
I mean,
yeah.
It ranks up there with Please Don't Squeeze the Charmin.
Mm-hmm.
There's the beef.
And where's the beef?
Where's the beef?
And Time to Make the Donuts.
I think Geico had a few that were. I think they could have been more classic if Geico hadn't switched over to the Gecko and doing stuff that was just sort of like the humor had gone out of it and it went just for the Gecko.
Well, yes, but keep in mind what Geico stands for.
General Insurance Company?
Government.
Insurance Company. Yeah. Got to take all the fun out of it.
Yes.
There were a bunch of Geico campaigns that just that were just so funny that they were brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
The guy lighting the grill and blowing up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember that commercial, but I've done that to myself.
And that's why it was brilliant.
Well, yeah, because it felt so like they made it cartoony, but it's also so relatable.
Which, because they did that, Progressive did their Mayhem thing, and then
which was
Farmers,
great.
And they're still doing Mayhem.
I do love Mayhem.
Progressive is Flow.
Sorry, Progressive is Flow.
Oh yeah, and I do think Flow is good too. Allstate is.
Yes, Allstate is
Mayhem,
which they're still doing, and then you've got Farmers.
We are farmers. Bum ba dum bum bum. It's catchy.
But they also did the whole. Well, it's not just the thing; is they went with the whole. We've seen weird stuff You can come
Right.
to us.
Right.
And having it delivered with the aggressive deadpan of
Yeah.
J.K. Simmons.
Yeah,
Right.
because if you're going to trust anybody with your insurance needs, it should be the man that hates Spider-Man.
I mean, for me, the one that got me was President Haysbert. President Haysbert made me want to go with Allstate.
Mm.
Or no, State Farm. You're in good hands with State Farm. The guy who played Dennis Haysbert is the actor who played the president on the second season of 24.
Ah,
Yeah, he was
That
basically,
smooth, commanding voice.
yeah, oh yeah. I do love Dennis Haysbert. I think he's an amazing actor. I don't know what he's like as a person, but he's an amazing actor. Just Me Crystal, hi, welcome in. Welcome in, much love. Happy Sunday.
all right, you got to it first.
I did. Yeah, we were just talking about
Advertising campaigns that did really well.
or insurance advertising campaigns too.
Well,
It
yeah.
started out with beer, which is actually kind of a logical jump from beer to insurance.
Yes,
Yes,
it is. Well, all right. Oh, I wanted to correct something we said on the show yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah, we had said yesterday that that next week we were gonna be covering, the continuing voice actors strike, and we won't be, because next week we will be out at the Highland Maple Festival getting interviews, footage, and having fun, instead of doing our regularly scheduled program. And hopefully by Monday morning not this coming up Monday morning, but the Monday after that, we will have our annual Gastrophilia Special Edition Highland Maple Festival video. Which is, yeah. It will be, Crystal, thank you. It is always a lot of fun. It is... The food is always amazing. We always eat way more pancakes than we mean to.
Speak for yourself.
At least I do. Maple bacon mayo? No. Yet.
I mean,
9.
bacon mayo is
None.
kind of awesome, or baconades.
Yeah, sure. That's fine. I don't want maple in my mayo. Mayo and sweet are not things that I really want to go together when it comes to it.
I'm sorry. I had a terrible thought.
No.
Uh-oh.
The maple bacon mayo milkshake.
No.
Yet. 9. Vetoed. None. No. No. Uh-uh. Nope. Negative. Negatory. Not gonna
It was a terrible
happen.
thought. Not at all
I
intended as a
cast
good idea.
reverse on that thought.
Too late.
I banish the idea from the realm of being.
You can't. It just went out over the open air. And as we speak, some hapless person at a Dairy Queen somewhere is going, yes.
Oh God, no. No.
Just in time for fall. It'll make it through all the different corporate things, and that'll be the next milkshake for fall.
No. None yet. 9 negative. No.
I'm trying my darn best to not make it worse.
Thank you. I think we're gonna move on. It's time to play the game.
Good answer.
All right, let's check, see if you can hear it.
This message comes from Invest 529.
Yep.
Virginia
Yep, I can
taxpayer
hear.
the flexibility to
All right.
From NPR at WBEZ Chicago, this is Wait, Don't Tell Me, the NPR News Quiz. I've got the voice of an angel and the body of a hot angel. I'm Bill Curtis, and here is your host at the Studebaker Theater at the Fine Arts Building in Chicago, Illinois, Peter Sagal.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. We have got such a great show for you today. Later on, we're going to be talking to Lauren Grahm, star of the legendary TV show The Gilmore Girls.
Aha!
A show so beloved that 25 years after it debuted, people still rewatch it in times of extreme stress, just for its calming, cheering effect. So today, we are not sure if we should interview her or just have her reenact season 1. But first, we want to be soothed and reassured by the sound of your voice, so give us a call. The number is 1-888-WAIT-WAIT. That's 1-888-924-8924. Let's welcome our first listener contestant. Hi, you are on Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Hi, this is Rebecca Vaughn calling from Nantucket, Massachusetts.
Nantucket?
There once was a listener from Nantucket.
I was about to say,
Indeed.
what a shame you're not playing our Listener Limerick Challenge. That would be ideal. What do you do in that beautiful island?
I help to run a sailing program for a yacht club and enjoy the off season when it's nice and quiet and you have no tourists.
I have friends who live on Martha's Vineyard, and I know what it's like. It's like the summer is just filled with all these rich people, but in the winter they all leave, and I assume you just walk around breaking into their houses and pretending you're wealthy.
We try to avoid doing that, but it is a little bit tempting.
It really is, isn't it? Well, welcome to the show, Rebecca. Let me introduce you to our panel this week. First up, it's a writer for Clean Slate. Season 1 is on Prime. It's Shantira Jackson.
Hi, Shantira.
Hey, Shantira.
Hi.
Next, a writer whose unmissable Substack is Take Another Little Piece of My Heart Now. It's our old
Aw.
friend Roy Blunt Jr.
Hi, Roy.
Hey, Roy.
And a contributor to CBS Sunday Morning and Woman About Town is Faith Saley.
Hey,
Woo!
Rebecca.
Hi,
Hi,
Faith.
Faith.
So, Rebecca, welcome to the show. You, of course, are going to play Who's Bill. This time, Bill Curtis is going to read you 3 quotations from this
Faith
week's news.
Saley is one
If
of
you
the
can
most
correctly
more
identify or
fun
explain 2 of them,
panelists.
you will win our prize. Any voice from our show.
I mean, they're
you
all
might choose
fun,
for
but-
your voicemail. You ready to go?
I am ready.
All right, I can tell. Here we go then. Your first quote is from a coffee shop owner in Canada talking about the Americanos on his beverage menu.
Join us. Call them Canadianos.
That barista was renaming his drink as part of Canada's national uprising against what?
The tariff trade war.
Oh, the tariff.
Yes, the trade war. As they always say, you won't like Canadians when they're mad. Actually, they're adorable. First, Canadians booed the national anthem at NBA games. Now,
What?
Geneva suggestions.
You're right.
Checklist.
The Geneva
Oh, yes. For them,
checklist.
it's a checklist. For other people, it's suggestions.
Right.
There.
The Americano up there as the Canadiano. And I just want to say to the Canadians, thank you. Everybody knows the Americano is the worst coffee order. Can I have some coffee, please? But make it watery. President Trump began the week by announcing a 25% tariff against all goods from Canada and Mexico. And then he exempted cars from the Canadian tariff. And then he just delayed the Mexican tariff entirely. And then finally he delayed the Canadian tariff for a month, all in 4 days. By the time I finish this sentence, the only Canadian product we will be banning is Drake.
Shots fired.
Do you think that Trump really focusing on Mexico and Canada has anything to do with how good-looking both of their leaders are?
I think so.
Like, I think there might be something to this. I think he is intimidated by Justin Trudeau's good look.
What?
That hurts, but it's Trudeau.
Point, yeah.
You're not gonna give him the clap for that. I have to find the clap button, don't I?
Hang on.
There.
Thank you. Because you do deserve that. I mean, that... Heyo! So have I told you what a pirate tells no one else?
What?
A secret.
Uh-huh.
Can I get a rim shot? No. Okay. Yay!
Multiple windows, multiple screens, multiple things, brain not functioning that well.
Yeah.
I can keep track of them, I just can't do it fast.
That's fair.
Which is why.
That's fair. I get that completely.
Wife
I'm
has
gay, and I
noticed.
think he's hot.
There you go. And I'm not gay, and I think the president of Mexico is super hot.
Yeah.
And she is gorgeous.
And I am gay, and she is hot.
There you go. I am confirmed.
I mean, what's weird about this is, of course, as you know, President Trump came into office promising
That was
massive
funny.
tariffs against everybody for any reason he could think of. And then he said he was going to do it, and he did it, and then all of a sudden he's not doing it. His approach to economic policy is the same as my approach to making plans with friends. Absolutely, we are going to get together, count on it, and then I never see them again.
Yeah, the me who agreed to go is very different than the me that needs to leave.
That's true.
You asked me in the daytime, you want me to leave at night.
And you know, Canada has an advantage in this whole renaming thing, right? Because there's all these American things they can rename to Canadian. But as for Canadian things, what are we going to rename? They have the worst bacon and the meanest bird. All right, here is your next quote, Rebecca.
I blame the little free libraries.
That was a commenter on a Wall Street Journal piece about how publishers are planning to stop putting out what kind of books?
Printed.
Actual printed books?
Well, a particular kind of printed books. There are, in general, two kinds. There's the hardbacks.
Oh, hardcovers.
No, the other one.
Paperback.
Paperback.
Yes, say goodbye to paperback books. You cannot now wait for the paperback version of a book you want to come out. The publishing industry is moving to a model where it is going to be the hardcover or nothing.
That makes me so sad. Who is clapping?
Exactly.
People who like fancy shells.
No, this makes sense. The publisher's plans to make all books much heavier and more expensive will be great for sales.
Yeah.
This apparently is because of a lot of things affecting the publishing industry. Among them, the fact that instead of buying paperbacks or hardbacks, most people are now reading books on e-readers, such as the Amazon Kindle and the Barnes & Noble, oh, that's so cute, they have one too.
I was hoping you'd say what it was, because I couldn't.
Yeah.
You can have.
Hard books, though.
Hard books.
Hard books. I don't like hard books. I like a book that
They're rigid.
will work with me.
Great.
But they look good on the shelf.
I
They
know,
do.
they're so beautiful.
That's the thing.
And think some people buy them to display. There's a Japanese word, because Japanese have the best words for all these things. It's sundoku. It's your pile of books that you're never going to read. It just makes you look smart.
I will say, I had every intention of reading them. I just didn't.
Right.
The way it's going to work is instead of there being a paperback release for every hardback, which sort of was the tradition, right? Writers get one shot. If the hardback doesn't sell, they're done, right? They don't get a paperback release. That really will raise the stakes for hardback sales, especially for those, serious, more obscure, less popular authors. So everybody is all of a sudden very excited about Joyce Carol Oates' new novel, One Quick Tip to Melt Belly Fat.
I can see that a couple of my books were way in advance of today because they didn't have a paperback. And they told me that it was because I had written the wrong book.
All right, Rebecca, we got one more quote for you. Here you go.
It's never too early to get planning.
That was from an article in the New York Post urging people that despite it being almost 10 months away, right now is the best time to start shopping for what?
Oh,
Christmas.
back to school items? No.
I know we just finished the second month of the year, so 10
yes,
months would put
Christmas
us. Yes,
shopping.
Christmas.
Of course.
Great news.
What?
Great news for psychopaths. Buying Christmas presents in March is now a thing. You can save money, but make sure you get those people in your life something that you would like too, because chances are by December, at least one person on your list is not going to be your friend/wife anymore.
Wait, Peter, who's
This is
saying
for
this?
next Christmas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The New York Post is saying this, and they're utterly reliable.
Then they just talked to a suburban mom. My grandma's been buying candles for Christmas for the last 30 years. Everybody goes to TJ Maxx and is like, your cousin will like this towel in 6 months. Like,
And is she right? Does she predict?
she gifted it to him. I don't know if they want it.
You have to be careful, though. You have to be careful. You have to do a little bit of planning because the last thing in the world you want to do is embarrass yourself when your beloved opens up a package and pulls out the special Department of Education Forever T-shirt.
He didn't do it.
Bill, how did Rebecca do in our quiz?
Well, there was a young lady from Nantucket.
Oh, my goodness.
But she did great. She
There
got
you
three
go.
in a row.
Congratulations, Rebecca. Bye-bye, Rebecca. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Right now, panel, it is time for you to answer some questions about this week's news. Roy, there's a new company that promises to use cutting-edge treatments to significantly extend your lifespan. The only catch is you will have to live the rest of your lengthy life where?
In a jar.
Yeah, I'm going with jar. In an old folks' home?
I'll give you a hint. We'll be doing ultrasonic colon cleanses down in the Lido deck.
On a cruise?
Cruise ship.
On a cruise ship.
My God.
Passengers who embark, possibly as soon as next year, on the MV Narrative cruise line will get personal training, genetic testing, stem cell therapy, and, to even extend their life further, the blood of young people who died over on Carnival cruises. The catch is, and you're wondering, there has to be a catch, because who wouldn't want to live forever in a cruise ship? The catch is, you don't buy a ticket. You spend $1 million to purchase a stateroom, and then you get to live there forever.
Ooh.
It is.
I lived on a cruise ship. I worked on a cruise ship for 18 weeks.
18 weeks. That's
And
a
let
long
me
time.
tell you, you couldn't pay me $1 million to go be living on a cruise ship for that long.
Shantira, what were you doing?
I was doing comedy, you guys, and you know what? It was easy. Everybody's drunk. I've never been funnier.
I don't know. Sounds like a good idea. Get all the millionaires on one boat and sink it.
Ooh.
You know, I see your thought process.
So is this a plot by the orcas?
I think so.
Has anyone heard from our friendly neighborhood Ark on the Lamb folks recently?
Oh, the
GAFF.
yeah, no. As far as
You
I
should be
know, their
concerned.
moles have gone underground.
I don't know. They might have gone to sea because this is sounding very, very in their line of thought.
Truth. All right, back to the show.
Coming up, our kids ruin everything in our Bluff the Listener game. Call 1-888-WAIT-WAIT to play. We'll be back in a minute with more Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me from NPR. Professionals report
Made it investing in safety.
Great financial advice. Small-sized businesses have not historically expanded access.
HR compliance to talent development.
I'm Bill Curtis. We are
Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me. Bluff the Listener game. Call 1.
Jackson and Roy Blunt Jr.
There we go.
From NPR and WBEZ Chicago, this is Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me, the NPR News Quiz. I'm Bill Curtis. We are playing this week with Faith Seeley, Shantira Jackson, and Roy Blunt Jr. And here again is your host at the Studebaker Theater in Chicago, Illinois, Peter Sagal.
Thank you, Bill. Right now, it's time for the Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me Bluff the Listener game. Call 1-888-WAIT-WAIT to play our game in the air, or you can check out the pinned post on our Instagram page at WaitWaitNPR. How you doing, Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me?
Hi, this is Dustin Durant from Omaha, Nebraska.
Hey, okay,
Hi,
so
Dustin.
what do you do there in Omaha?
Well, my wife and I keep poison dart frogs. We have over 30 different frogs.
That's new. You keep poison dart frogs. Do they come when you call them?
They jump at you when you spray water at them, so you got to be careful when you open it up.
You know what? Me too.
We've all been there. All right, Dustin, well, welcome to the show. You are going to play our game in which you have to tell truth from fiction. Bill, what is Dustin's topic?
Don't bring your kid to work.
You may remember the day, a decade or more ago, when NPR had a Take Your Kid to Work day and somebody's kid pushed a button and took NPR off the air for more than a minute.
Yep.
This week, somebody's kid did something even more interesting while at their parents' place of work. Our panelists are going to tell you about it. Pick the one who's telling the truth, and you will win our prize, the Wait Waiter of your choice for your voicemail. You ready to play?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's start then with a story from Faith Seeley.
Last week, Sharon McGann had to take her 12-year-old son Oscar with her to her admin job at Church of the Blessed Sacrament in Columbus, Ohio. Sharon told Oscar to keep quiet and stay out of trouble. He didn't. He ensconced himself in a confessional. When penitent parishioner Lorna McMahon came into the booth and said through the screen, "Bless me, Father, for I have sinned," Oscar froze. Then he lowered his voice and replied, "Tell me all the bad stuff." My child. Oscar heard confessions for an hour until he farted and laughed so hard that his mom found him. But before she did, young fake Father Oscar doled out some punishing penances, like telling one parishioner to listen to Kids Bop while praying the rosary a Googleplex number of times.
A 12-year-old gets taken to church by his parent and ends up taking confessions and learning a little about the world. Your next story of a kid catastrophe comes from Roy Blunt Jr.
If you're a German soccer player, we learned this week, it's all very well to bring your little boy to one of your games as long as you tell him this up front. Don't bite the referee in the balls.
This is it.
A match between two lower-level teams was about to begin. Suddenly, it was called off because the only referee was in too much pain. Let the referee tell it.
How do you guys know this?
What did we see yesterday?
Was it yesterday or
It had to have been yesterday because we were watching YouTube yesterday.
All right. I trust you guys, and it also sounds like it would be the one. So, the first one just didn't sound plausible.
Well, let's see what the third one is, because maybe it's a case of all three because they can this week.
Maybe, but...
Yeah.
was doing warm-up exercises alongside the players. He came closer and closer to me. Suddenly, to my complete surprise, he gave me a sharp bite in my left testicle. So give the kid a break. Maybe the thing was hanging loose. Anyway, as any parent knows, you can never think of everything you need to tell a child not to do.
Right?
A German soccer ref gets surprised by a player's son on the pitch. Your last story of a kiddo uh-oh comes from Shantira Jackson.
The Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City, or as his friends like to call him, the Met, has a long history of displaying beautiful art pieces and welcoming children of all ages. One day, a docent brought his daughter to work only to immediately lose her. The girl had been to the museum hundreds of times, and she decided it was time to put her own spin on the exhibits. One by one, she went around replacing the placards that give details about the art in the rooms with her own handwritten, honest reviews. The Egyptian room, originally known as the Temple of Dinder, was replaced with a placard that said, "This stuff in here is pretty cool, but don't forget about what happened in the mummy. Be chill in here." The room with the antique furniture placard changed from Renaissance Revival room to "Skip this room. You can't even sit on any of the couches." Throughout the day, docents were finding and removing the placards display after display. When asked why she did it, the girl said that at school they were learning how the best art is honest art. And also, I just lied and said I had permission to do this.
Uh-huh.
So, one of these stories really happened. Was it from Faith Saley, a 12-year-old who ended up taking confessions at a Catholic church? From Roy Blunt Jr., a kid at a German soccer pitch, well, not using his hands on the ball. Or from Shantira Jackson, a docent's daughter at the Metropolitan Museum, changing the placards on the art to more honest ones. Which of these is the real story
So
of a
we're
kid
all going
at
to
his
be...
parents' workplace?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go with the soccer balls incident because truth is stranger than fiction, and if you're going to make it up, I don't think they go that far.
All right, you've chosen Roy's story of the soccer player's son who attacked the soccer referee. Well, we spoke to someone who had an opinion on this real story.
I just felt so bad for the referee and for everyone involved.
Awesome.
That was Joey Kenward. He's a soccer referee and broadcaster in Vancouver, Canada, talking with, I think, some apprehension about the boy who attacked the referee with his teeth in Germany. Congratulations, you got it right. You earned a point for Roy. You have won our prize, the voice of any one you might choose from our show in your voicemail. Congratulations and well done.
Thank you. It's a pleasure being on the show.
Best to your frogs.
Thank you. Bye.
Well, as we approach halfway through, we three are tied at 5 points.
And now the
each.
game where we ask famous people about obscure things. We call it Not My Job. Lauren Grahm became very famous and even more beloved.
We've pretty
by
much
playing
all gotten
Lorelai
all of
Gilmore
them.
in The Gilmore Girls, a grown woman dealing with her own problems and the problems of her young daughter. She's now starring in Z Suite, a new comedy in which she plays a grown woman dealing with her own problems and the problems of her much younger colleagues. Perhaps she has found a niche. Lauren Grahm, welcome to Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Thank
Give me a fact check. Was I correct in drawing a parallel? Does your role in Z Suite remind you at all of your former adventures as Lorelai Gilmore?
No, because the sort of premise of the show is what a bad job they're doing at taking over the office, and I tend to be playing irritable at them, which I hardly ever did with Rory because she was such an A student. No, it's been really fun to just do something that feels different.
I have to ask, I watched the first episodes of Z Suite, and are there actual young people writing this show? Because I have to say, not being a young person myself, the young people seem like lunatics to me.
There are. We consulted with actual young advertising people, and obviously it is making fun of all of us. So it's not being overly critical of anyone, because it's overly critical of everyone. It's fun because of the show. I've heard even worse stories. I have a friend whose young employee called in sick because his eyes were baggy. He had under eye bags. And he needed more time for them to settle before he felt comfortable.
That's true. That is a thing that happened. Wow. I want to talk about the fans of the show, but I have to engage in just a little speculation. One of the things that I have learned about the Gilmore Girls is that it's famed for its references. Constantly, there are web pages giving the explanation of every reference in every episode of the Gilmore Girls. In the very first scene of the first episode of the Gilmore Girls, your character, Lorelai, offers some flavored lip gloss to your daughter, Rory. In one of the very first scenes of Z Suite, your character describes one of the colleagues as so young, she still uses flavored lip gloss. Was that
the most NPR?
And I'm like, this has got to be a subtle callback, right? On somebody's. No.
I don't think so. No one. I did not make that association, and no one said, "Hey, that's a little Easter egg for you." I think it's just you're a very smart man.
Well, you're a very lovely woman, but we knew that. Let's talk about the Gilmore Girls. Gilmore Girls is so beloved that there are 2 fan conventions this year in Connecticut alone. Have you ever gone to one?
No. I haven't. And it is the 25th anniversary this year, and we are in discussions. By we, I mean myself and Amy Sherman-Palladino, the creator of the show, to say, what can we do? What can we do to give people the experience they seem to crave of community around the show? Maybe getting all of us together in some way. So we're working on it.
You're working on it. So there might be something.
I hope so. There will be something. What will it be? At an inn in Connecticut, I don't know.
It'll be great to have all the people wear plaid. That'll be exciting.
Exactly.
Many years ago, I had the privilege of interviewing Leonard Nimoy.
That was
and
funny.
He had a thing early in his career where he got very upset that people thought he was Mr. Spock. He later embraced it. And I wonder, you played a similarly iconic character. Do people think you, Lauren Grahm, actual human being, are Lorelai Gilmore, fictional creation?
Yes, and I don't think I've worked hard enough to dissuade them from believing that.
No.
I think the show, as any long-running TV show, you become it and it becomes you. And sort of the reason I gravitated toward this way back when I first read the pilot was it felt like familiar somehow. It felt like the way I speak or think already. So it was kind of meant to be in that way. And yes, in general, it's really positive. People view me as their cool mom, and I don't, that's not bad.
No, has it ever gotten awkward? Has anybody come and laid out their troubles and asked for Lorelai's advice?
Yeah, I mean,
that was
it's
quick.
not even awkward so much as and this is just being on TV and playing someone who's not Walter White, if you play a friendly kind of warm person, people just feel that they know you, and people cry sometimes, and it gets awkward if I'm in the bathroom and coming out of a stall, that's not my favorite. They're like, oh my God, can I? And I'm like, let's leave this room. And
yes.
Right.
Well, Lauren Grahm, it is a joy to talk to you, and we have asked you to play a game, and we are calling it
Gilmore Girl Meet Girls with Gills.
Oh dear.
I know, all right. Work with me here, work with me.
I will.
You played a Gilmore Girl, so we're going to ask you 3 questions about Gil girls, that is, mermaids.
Okay.
Makes sense. Answer 2 to 3 questions correctly.
Okay.
You'll win a prize from one of our listeners, the voice of anyone they choose from our show, on their voicemail, perhaps mothering them. Well.
That's a great gift.
It is, I think. I think it's the only one we could possibly afford, so it better be.
Okay.
Bill, who is Lauren Grahm playing for?
Aoife Murray of Oak Park, Illinois.
A place I know well. Here we go, Lauren. You ready to play?
I am.
All right, here's your first question. The old 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea ride at Disneyland, now gone, well, for a brief period in the 1960s, had actresses dressed up as mermaids lounging on rocks in the lagoon and waving to the visitors. They had to end that part of the attraction just after a few years. Why? A, one of the mermaids got a tail caught in the submarine and got dragged through the lagoon. B, visitors kept jumping in the water and trying to hit on the mermaids. Or C, somebody who said they represented the real mermaid community said it was offensive stereotyping.
I'm going with B.
B.
A.
You're going A? All right.
I'd like to say B, but I'm going to say A.
All right.
I believe that people would get in the water to meet them.
Yes, you apparently have met some people.
Yes.
That's right. It was, unsurprisingly, mostly men who were jumping into the water to go talk to the mermaids. I don't know if the men had noticed that the mermaids are fish from the waist down. All right. Very good. Very perceptive. Here's your next question. The most famous mermaid attraction in America is, of course, the Mermaids of Weeki Wachee Springs, also in Florida. If you were to dive to the bottom of the Weeki Wachee Springs where the mermaids play, 75 years after that show started, what would you find down there? A, about 10 metric tons of loose plastic mermaid scales. B, a carton of cigarettes that was dropped by a mermaid in 1968 who actually thought she could have a smoke break down there. Or C, nobody has any idea because nobody's ever seen the bottom.
E.
You think it's all of them, Kat? Hi, Wasabi. You're going C.
I'm going C. I think all of them could be possible, but I'm going C.
I feel like it's A. So I've got A. Kat, you're taking C. Oh, thank you. You got there before me. Hi, Wasabi. Great to see you. Thanks for stopping by. I'm taking A. Peanut Gallery, you're taking B. And Kat, you're taking C.
No, I said C.
You're both taking C.
Yes.
Apparently.
All right.
I don't want to share with him.
I don't think it's B because I don't think anybody would be silly enough to think they could light a cigarette underwater.
Have you met people?
Obviously not. Not enough of them anyway.
Have you seen who's in the White House?
Womp, 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 womp. All right. So it's 1 vote for A, 2 votes for C.
Yeah.
Ooh. Well, scales, I guess?
Scales? No, it's not scales. It's that nobody knows. The Weeki Wachee Springs is the deepest natural springs in the world, and nobody's gotten down there. All right.
Okay, so the way this works, the way they play it is a listener calls in. Most of the games, a listener calls in and plays the game. The celebrities get points for getting questions right or for having their answer chosen. They do get asked questions throughout the game. And then we're on the game called Not My Job, where they have a celebrity in to ask them questions about something that's completely unrelated to their job. The way we play is we basically just play along and keep score. it is. Yeah, the different games differ throughout. Like the first game is a fill in the blank headlines game. The second game is it's called Bluff the Listener, and the call-in contestant has to guess which of the three stories is real. And then this is like I said, we're on the one about the Not My Job. Yeah, it's. I'm pretty sure you guys have panel shows that are similar. I know you guys have panel shows that are similar. Like it's kind of like a news format QI / Mock the Week.
That's a fair statement.
Sort of. It's sort of like that. All right. Back to the show. We are... Oh, it was the Wikiwaki Cove is the deepest one, so nobody knows what's down there.
Yep.
A chance if you get this right, you win. An aquarium in China also offers a mermaid show with performers dressed as mermaids performing, this time in a giant fish tank. But they were recently accused of covering up an incident in which what happened? A, the tail fell off a particular mermaid, revealing it to be a merman. B, the head fell off a mermaid, revealing it to be a giant sturgeon. Or C, a giant sturgeon tried to eat a mermaid's head.
A giant sturgeon C.
The audience is yelling C.
No, they're just an a cappella group.
Yeah, I know. I was about to say they're yelling C in C. So.
Right. Am I being booed by
No, you were not being booed. You were being helped.
You were being
helped. By the
C, it's C.
It's C.
I know this because I saw the video on something else.
I think we've all seen that video.
I have not.
The joke was, I'm not the only one who's wanted head from a mermaid.
Uh-huh.
Ow.
It's C, it is C, yes.
What'd you say?
I said it sounds a bit fishy to me.
You know. I feel like I could make that joke now because I hadn't dropped my F-bomb, so I get to be edgy in that one moment. Yes, I think there was a little, I think it hurt a little bit. It also looked like it pulled her hair a little. That's why I think it hurt. But yeah. Getting bit by a sturgeon.
It was surgical.
Mm-hmm.
You know which 3 buttons to give yourself for that. Close. It always starts with the rim shot. It'd be the rim shot, the crickets, and then the horns. Yep.
The giant sturgeon, which was in the tank, just swam on over and just tried to swallow that mermaid's head. And I have to say, having seen the video, it is horrifying, but in a good way. And the mermaid was fine.
Yeah.
Bill, how did Lauren Grahm do in our quiz?
Lauren got 2 out of 3, and that is a win, Lauren.
Congratulations, Lauren. And I have to say, you did that like Lorelai. You were thoughtful. You struggled a bit. but you won in the end. You came through. Lauren Grahm is now starring on The Z Suite. You can find it on Tubi. Lauren Grahm, thank you so much for joining us on Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Thank you so much. Such fun.
It was a delight. Thank you, Lauren. Take care. Bye-bye. In just a minute, the one thing you cannot go camping without. That's in our Listener Limerick Challenge. Call 1-888-WAIT-WAIT to join us on the air. We'll be back in a minute with more of Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me from NPR.
Invest is not guaranteed. Best 5-2.
BetterHelp has experience.
From NPR and WBEZ Chicago, this is Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me, the NPR News Quiz. I'm Bill Curtis. We are playing this week with Roy Blunt Jr., Faith Saley, and Shantira Jackson. And here again is your host at the Studebaker Theater in Chicago, Illinois.
I hate to say it, but it makes me feel a little better when he gets tongue-tied.
Well, I mean...
You know, I feel just a little better about myself because... Yeah. Oh, hi.
Understandable.
Peter Sagal.
Thank you so much, Bill. In just a minute, roses are red, violets are blue. Bill does the limericks because he's better at rhyming. So Listener Limerick Challenge. If you'd like to play, give us a call at 1-888-WAIT-WAIT. That's 1-888-924-8924. Right now, panel, some more questions for you from the week's news. Faith, there's a controversial new trend taking over the internet that challenges people to show up only 15 minutes before their what?
Their wedding?
No, not their wedding.
Their funeral?
No.
Their divorce?
That's my plan, though, actually.
Birth?
Their firing?
Well, gosh. I mean...
Most people, most of the time, you recommend you show up 2 hours before this.
Flight.
Flight?
Your flight, yes, and a challenge.
That makes you sweat.
Exactly. And a challenge designed to make your dad furious. The air.
You said that too, Peanut Gallery?
Finally got to it, but yes.
Okay.
No, it used to be a time when you could actually do that.
When you could get there 15 minutes before your flight? Yeah.
Before all the security theater. I mean, they had some, but not anywhere close to nowadays. I mean, it still wasn't recommended, but it was possible.
Yeah. Monsters. What kind of psychopaths? Sociopaths. They're sociopaths.
Airport theory trend suggests that with modern airports and everything else, you only need to arrive at the airport 15 minutes before your departure time in order to make your flight. No, it's perfect. No, I'm going to absolutely do this on Thanksgiving with my 2 small children and my non-refundable fares, and it's going to be awesome.
If you get there so close, you don't get to kick back and enjoy a little packet of $1,000 crackers.
That's true.
Right.
Enjoying
There's
each
that
one
too.
because they cost $40 each. Over the last month, TikTok has been full of people testing out this theory. Coincidentally, and this is true, in the last month, Google searches for "I missed my flight" have gone up 645%.
Yeah.
Roy, we've all experienced our banks going digital, so we do things on our apps now on our phones. And your organization has also moved to digital banking. What is it? It's a bank that all of us, well, almost all of us, have been to.
Blood bank?
Bank, you know, like you swim to a bank, that kind of bank.
No.
Bank by the river.
I'll give you a hint.
Not
okay.
sperm bank.
No.
Blood bank.
Although it would be interesting how you'd use your phone to make a deposit in that.
No, it couldn't be a blood bank either.
No, I mean, I'll say I don't mind using the app for banking, but it is a little uncomfortable just to have to swipe left to get out of jail free.
Oh, Monopoly.
No. Get out of jail free. Monopoly, yes, the
Yeah.
Monopoly Bank has gone digital. To keep up with the times, Hasbro is releasing a new version of Monopoly where instead of the classic, bank and all
Did
the
you say
Monopoly
it,
money
Peanut
and its
Gallery?
colors will manage your money.
What?
Nope.
Okay.
Money and its colors will manage your money via Monopoly mobile banking app. That's right.
It's like crypto.
I hate that.
Yeah,
that.
they've automated the Monopoly banker, sending the unemployment rate among older siblings skyrocketing.
What are we taking away from our children?
Yeah, I know. I mean, you cannot replicate with some, bytes digital data the cocaine-like high of waving your $100 bills in your sobbing little sister's face.
Cocaine-like, yeah, you want to let it rain.
Yeah. And where does this end? Are we going to see like Airbnbs instead of hotels? And I swear, if they replace railroads with rideshare apps, I will burn Marvin Gardens to the ground.
I'm really upset about this. This is like, I have such fond memories of me and my cousins screaming at each other over that money.
Yeah.
That's how you learn how to count and decide whether or not being a landlord is a good thing.
What?
People actually have fond memories of Monopoly.
Yes.
Some people enjoy fighting with their siblings.
Yes.
Usually older siblings enjoy it.
There's a reason why William and I play together.
It's all about the cash.
Coming up, it's Lightning Fill in the Blank, but first it's the game where you have to
right.
listen for the rhyme. If you'd like to play on air, call or leave a message at 1-888-WAIT-WAIT. That's 1-888-924-8924. You can see us most weeks here at the Studebaker Theater in Chicago or on the road. We'll be at the Walt Disney Theater in Orlando on March 20th. Tickets and info is at nprpresents.org. Hi, you're on Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Hi, this is Mariah Wood. I'm from Chestertown, Maryland.
Chestertown, Maryland. Okay, I don't know exactly where that is.
No, you wouldn't.
Why wouldn't I know where it is?
Well, it's a teeny little town in a teeny little county on the opposite side of the Chesapeake Bay from where everybody thinks Maryland is.
Right. Well, welcome to the show, Mariah. Bill Curtis is going to read you 3 news-related limericks with the last word or phrase missing from each. If you can fill in the last word or phrase correctly in 2 of the limericks, you'll be a winner. You ready to go?
I sure am.
Here is your first limerick.
Half uneaten, don't throw that away. Leave it out. It stays firm and okay. Consumers will clamor for our new banana. Unpeeled, it can last a whole
day?
A whole day, yes. British scientists have developed a variety of banana that doesn't spoil once it is peeled. This is a huge win for fruit salad and anyone who wants to save 19 cents by eating half a banana today and saving the other half for tomorrow, otherwise known as, why are there fruit flies in my car? But this is
Did either of you say that? No?
No.
Okay.
I was a little bit too stunned with the implication of an all-day banana.
I was misunderstanding, and I thought they were making a joke about how fast most bananas go brown, even when they're unpeeled.
Yeah.
Just think, what an advance. Think of all the bananas that wouldn't have gone bad and been made into banana bread, and think of no one having to pretend they like banana bread.
I hate banana bread.
You do?
I do
I
not like it. I like
love it,
bananas. I
personally.
don't like bananas in stuff.
Sorry.
Roy, how do you feel about banana bread?
It was the only thing my children would eat for about 6 months. It was not banana bread, but with bananas. And I mix it up with, with chocolate and milk and stuff. They love that. So.
Well, if you put it like that, I'll probably eat that too.
So for 6 months, your kids would only eat mashed bananas with chocolate and milk.
Yeah, I'm sort of saying this for effect. but they loved it. They loved that, and it was healthy for them.
Yeah. All right, here is your next limerick.
My survival tale's totally truth-based. Food was minty with hints of vermouth taste.
Toothpaste.
Since I'm not a noob, I consumed the whole tube when I drank melted snow and ate
Toothpaste?
Toothpaste.
Yeah,
A
good
teenager in China who was stranded.
Kat, did you say anything?
No.
Alright.
I-
Peanut
I-
Gallery,
I-
I heard you.
I heard toothpaste, and it triggered the train of thought for walking in my pocket. So I had Dr. Seuss running through my head and couldn't answer.
Okay. I get that completely.
The remote frigid mountains with no food survived on river water, melted snow, and a lot of toothpaste for 10 days.
I mean, okay.
One tube of toothpaste?
One tube of toothpaste. Fortunately for him, it was Colgate's new beef toothpaste. I'm very happy for the guy, and I'm glad he got rescued. But who decides to go hiking on a trail that was closed because it was too dangerous, with no water, no food, but a tube of toothpaste?
Right.
A teenage boy.
A teenage, really?
That has teenage boy written all over it.
Really? Explain the logic.
Yeah, that
I haven't
does.
been a teenage boy for
Okay,
a while.
the logic is, it's a boy.
Yeah.
And he's a teenager. And he made a big mistake.
Yeah.
Just didn't think.
Yeah. A teenage girl would have had, like, too much stuff. She would have been like, I had to leave one of my bags on the top of the mountain.
Poor guy will never be able to brush his teeth without experiencing PTSD again.
Right?
All right, here's your last limerick. You're doing great.
Once my tummy was bloated and so hurt. Now I'm hot and can go out with no
Yogurt.
shirt. Thanks to coconut cultures, my body's
Yeah,
sculpture.
yogurt.
And I've paid $40 for the...
Yogurt?
Yogurt. According to influencers, there is a new kind of yogurt that makes you look hotter, as opposed to traditional yogurt that makes you look old, because there you are, eating yogurt. Coconut Cult is a probiotic coconut yogurt that, quote, promotes gut health.
Whoa!
Yep, coconut cult.
Okay.
But I'd like to point out that I had found coconut yogurt well before this, and I personally really like it.
I mean, they've been making.
I would
Coconut
never
yogurt.
pay $40 for some.
No. I forget what brand it was I saw, but I know they've been
So
making
delicious.
coconut. It is. Yeah, that's it.
Of course I know, because it's like the only yogurt I can eat.
Well, it says that I've seen coconut yogurt, and I've seen an almond one, and I
Yeah.
think I've seen it's either a cashew.
Actually, I can eat almond and cashew yogurts as well, but they're not as healthy. I can justify eating the coconut yogurt as health food.
Right.
So, and where this really goes is, it's the ice cream that I can justify. I can justify getting myself one of those little pints of, or quarts, no, it's a pint of, coconut ice cream and eating the whole thing in a sitting because it's health food.
Mm-hmm.
However, if I do that with cashew or almond ice cream, it's not.
Right.
And that translates over to the yogurt.
I mean, technically, the yogurt would be a little bit more healthy because it's not frozen, so therefore it would have less sugar.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, in general, yes. The yogurt's gonna be healthier than the ice cream. But I can justify the ice cream, or no. I still think of it in terms of the category
Yes.
The larger category being the coconut stuff just straight up falls into health food.
Yep. Especially when you're someone that really can't have a whole lot of, cow milk.
Thank you for the alert, Kiki. Exactly. That is exactly it. You got there before me this time, too.
I do try.
All right.
Meanwhile, I'm just trying.
Yes. But that's good.
I'm very
Bloating
trying.
improves immunity and clears skin, and at $40 a jar, facilitates poorness.
Yes.
Yes.
$40. I think I'm just like turning into my dad, because I'll be like, $40, I can make my own yogurt for half that price.
Won't make me hot, maybe a little warm, but that's good enough.
You give me 2 hours, I'll figure it out.
Bill, how did Mariah do in our quiz?
Perfect score, 3 straight.
There you are. Well done, Mariah.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
You too. Bye-bye.
I'm feeling good.
All right, guys, ready for the
This
last
message
game?
comes from Capital One. The Capital One Venture X
Ready as I
business
ever
card.
am.
The Venture X business card grants access to over 1,000.
Erase blistered. Bombas Ranch. Change your sleep with
Thank each of our players will have 60 seconds in which to answer his.
Feel the difference with 15% off your first order at bowlandbranch.com with code NPR. Exclusions apply. See site for details.
All right.
Now, on to our final game, Lightning Fill in the Blank. Each of our players will have 60 seconds in which to answer as many fill-in-the-blank
Points are
questions as they
doubled.
can. Each correct answer now worth 2 points. Bill, can you give us the scores?
Shantira and Faith each have 2. Roy has 4.
Whoa!
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 Well, Roy's in first place. Faith and Shantira are tied for second. So I'm going to arbitrarily pick Faith to go first this time. Here we go, Faith. The clock will start when I begin your first question, fill in the blank. On Wednesday, European leaders met at a special summit after the White House pulled critical support for blank.
Ukraine.
Right. Following several collisions and near misses, a House hearing was held to address the shortage of blanks.
Federal aviation workers?
Yeah, air traffic controllers. This week, the County of Los Angeles
You said
sued
that,
California.
Kat?
Yeah, I said that. Oh, I said traffic controllers.
Heck, I'll give it to you.
County of Los Angeles sued California Edison, saying the company's equipment sparked blank.
Wildfire.
Right, on Monday, streaming video site Blank announced it was cracking down on gambling-related content.
Twitch.
Netflix?
No, YouTube. This week, Citibank said a, quote, inputting error was the reason a custer who made a $280 deposit was accidentally credited with blank.
280 million?
$2 million.
No, $81 trillion.
I'll take that.
On Tuesday, FIFA announced that for the first time ever, the 2026 men's blank would include a halftime show. Exactly, Drake's Revenge. On Sunday, Anora was the big winner at the 2025 Blank Awards.
Oscars.
Right, this week, a family in England is fighting over their father's headstone after his...
You said that, Peanut Gallery?
Yes.
All right. A family in England is fighting after a father's headstone.
After his wife engraved it with the epitaph blank.
Oh, he was an arse.
No, close though. The gravestone said, in loving memory of John, husband, son, father, adulterer. The first question is, come on, who would cheat on somebody so funny? The father's side of the family has demanded a new headstone, but his son says no, and he has the support of his mother, his 2 siblings, and 4 other people who also are his siblings, it turns out. Bill, how did Faith do in our quiz?
5 right, 10 more points, total of 12. She's in the lead.
All right, well done. Here we go then. Shantira, you are up next. Fill in the blank. On Thursday, President Trump reversed course and lifted most of the blanks placed on Mexico.
Tariffs.
Right. According to a new study, Paxlovid may not reduce hospitalization.
You said that, Kat?
I didn't say it. I just agreed with it.
Oh, okay. Paxlovid may not decrease hospital visits in...
risk for older adults who catch blank.
COVID?
Right. This week, Utah became the first state to pass legislation that requires blank apps to verify their users' ages.
Porn apps.
No, social media apps.
That sounds like something Utah would do.
On Thursday, a 40-day boycott against Target began in protest of the company scaling back blank policies.
DEI.
Right. The existence of a top-secret CIA black site in Virginia was accidentally revealed this week when blank.
Somebody wanted to go play golf there.
No, when the Trump administration listed the building for sale. On Monday, Uber began offering blankless vehicles for riders in Austin, Texas.
Driverless.
Right. This week, a court in Canada ruled against a man who said he couldn't provide spousal support because he was injured from blanking.
Cheating all the time.
Well, he did that, but he said he was injured from hunting for Sasquatch. The court denied the man's claims that he was unable to provide financial support due to a slip and fall injury he suffered while searching for Sasquatch. The court documents didn't have a lot of detail, but they do say the slip and fall incident happened on a set of stairs in Vancouver, Canada, so I guess he was at the Sasquatch's apartment? Bill, how did Shantira do in our quiz?
4 right, 8 more points, total of 10. Faith still leads.
All right, so then how many does Roy need to win?
4 to tie, 5 to win.
All right. Filling up to it. Here we go, Roy. This is for the game. On Thursday, the White House prepared an executive order aimed at eliminating the Department of Blank.
Education.
Probably all of them. Department of Education.
Right. Following his protest during Trump's address to Congress, the House censured Representative Blank.
Al Green.
Right. This week, the U.S. began negotiating directly with Hamas about the ceasefire in blank.
Gaza.
Right. On Tuesday, the CDC warned that the blank outbreak in Texas has continued to grow.
Measles. Measles.
Right. This week, a dispatcher in Oklahoma worked closely with police after a toddler called 911 and asked for a blank.
An arrest of someone in the toddler's family.
No, he asked for emergency donuts.
Okay.
And he...
Just taking a moment to appreciate that.
On Tuesday, blank became the first player in NBA history to reach 50,000 career points.
LeBron James.
Right. On Thursday, scientists warned that human brains could contain up to a spoonful of blank.
Plastic.
Right. This week, a tourist in Rome who was trying to flee the police was caught after he blanked.
Have to drink some wine.
Dived into a fountain.
Exactly right.
Oh, I just made that up.
Specifically, the Trevi Fountain. Famous fountain there. He dove into it and thought he would swim away from the police.
Oh my gosh.
It was a brilliant plan, except for he swam when he got to the other side.
Yeah.
The police were already waiting for him because they just walked around on the outside of it. Bill, did Roy do well enough to win?
We bow down in Roy's presence. 7 right, 14 more points, 18 total.
Greatest moment in my life.
In just a minute, we're going to ask our panelists to predict, now that publishing has given up on paperbacks, what will be the next cost-saving innovation in books. But first, let me tell you that Wait, Don't Tell Me is a production of NPR and WBEZ Chicago in association with Urgent Haircut Productions, Doug Berman, Benevolent Overlord. Philip Gotica writes our limericks. Our public address announcer is Paul Friedman. Our tour manager is Shana Donald. Thanks to the staff and crew at the Studebaker Theater, BJ Liederman. Composed our theme. Our program is produced by Jennifer Mills, Miles Gernboss, and Lillian King. Special thanks to Mohamed El Shehi and Monica Hickey. Peter Gwynn is our Sasquatch Wrangler. Emma Choi is our vibe curator. Our jolly good fellow is Hannah Anderson. Technical direction is from Lorna White. Her CFO is Colin Miller. Our production manager is Robert Newhouse. Our senior producer is Ian Chillock. And the executive producer of Wait, Don't Tell Me is Michael Danforth. Now, panel, how is the publishing industry going to save money next? Shantira Jackson.
No spines, just tops and bottom covers so you can read everything like an accordion.
Roy Blunt Jr.
They're going to eliminate italics. People, they did a study, they did a survey, and people just don't like them. People want to decide which words to emphasize on their own.
And Faith, would you like to follow that?
Books will be printed on Charmin.
Oh, and if any of that happens, We're going to ask you about it here on Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Thank you, Bill Curtis. Thanks also to Shantira Jackson, Roy Blunt Jr., and Faith Saley. Thanks to our fabulous audience here at the Studebaker Theater in downtown Chicago. Thanks to all of you listening wherever you might be. I'm Peter Sagal. We'll see you next week. This is NPR.
Support for this podcast and the following message.
Those last two messages are pretty funny. Peanut Gallery. So, here are the scores. Kat came in last place with 27. I came in second place with 28. And Peanut Gallery came in first this week with a solid 31 points.
Woohoo.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was, I really thought you guys were there for a while, especially in second round. I thought you guys were just gonna, or not second round, but in the lightning round, I thought you guys were just gonna whoop me. I was not answering quick. All right. Well, friends, stick around for the raid as we raid out to the Sunday No Pants raid train. I am gonna guess that it is still Chris into 386. So yeah, stick around for the raid. Thank you for everyone for being here. Thank you guys for being here. Kat and Peanut Gallery. Thank you, Wasabi. Thank you, Kiki's Wiki.
I love it.
Thank you, Just Me Crystal. Thank you, all the lurkers out there. Much love. And now is the time on the show when I say, as they say around here, 2 up, 2 down, VA, double deuces. We're out, y'all.
I know where we are.